Welcome back to the Observable Unknown. Before we begin, today's letter contains thoughts of suicide, disappearance, and a fear of being alone. If any part of that describes what's happening to you right now, please don't wait for the episode to finish. In the United States, call or text 988. If you believe you may act on those thoughts or can't keep yourself safe, please call 911 or go to the nearest emergency room. You don't need to have a plan before you're allowed to ask for help. Today's letter comes from Jana B. Dear Dr. Rey, my name is Jana. I'm 61 years old, single, and so lonely that I'm beginning to frighten myself. I still try to work, I shower, I answer when people speak to me. I make jokes in meetings, I remember to buy groceries. From the outside, I probably look pretty normal. Inside my very nice home, I'm becoming someone completely different. There are days when I come home on Friday evening and don't speak to another person until Monday morning. By Sunday night, my own voice sounds unfamiliar. Sometimes I say my name aloud just to hear it spoken. My phone is always near me or in my hand. That's almost the worst part. It lights up all day long with group messages, photographs, jokes, invitations nobody really means, and people saying, "We should get together soon." I answer, I react, I send hearts or prayer hands. I perform the small digital gestures that prove I'm still alive because I think that's the baseline for everyone. No one asks whether I am. A few months ago, I invited some friends to dinner. I spent more money than I feel like I could afford. I cleaned the house until my hands hurt. I cooked all afternoon and used the dishes my mother left me. 4 people canceled that evening. One said she was emotionally exhausted. One said she had forgotten. One said she needed to protect her energy. The 4th never answered at all. And the 2 who came kept checking their phones. At one point, I was telling a story and realized neither of them was listening, so I stopped talking in the middle of the sentence. Neither of them noticed. After they left, I sat on the kitchen floor until nearly 3 in the morning. I had food for 6 people and no appetite. I remember looking at the table and thinking that I had built a small stage for a life I don't actually have. I haven't invited anyone over since. I used to think loneliness meant having nobody. Now I think it means having people who would be shocked to learn how little they know about you. Everyone calls me strong. I hate that word now. It seems to mean that no one has to check. Lately, I've begun testing people without telling them. I stop texting first. I let conversations die. I don't remind anyone about plans. I wait to see who notices. Last month, I was sick for 4 days. I told nobody. I lay in bed with a fever and kept thinking that if something happened to me, maybe one of my employees would be the first to know because I might miss a meeting or a phone call. That thought stayed with me. I'm not writing to say I have a plan to hurt myself. I don't, but I have started having thoughts that feel like standing near the edge of something. I wonder what it would be like to stop trying. I wonder how long it would take before anyone came looking. I wonder whether people would say they wished I had reached out, even though I've spent years reaching out in every way I know how. Sometimes I imagine disappearing, not dying exactly, but just becoming unreachable, turning off my phone, leaving my beautiful home, going somewhere no one knows me for my French exit. Other times, I think I've already disappeared, and my body is simply continuing the routine. I know I need help. I also know that the thought of finding a therapist, explaining all of this, and hearing that I need to build community makes me feel almost hysterical. I've tried to build community. I've cooked for it, I've called it, remembered its birthdays, forgiven its cancellations. I've listened to its crises, I've loaned it money. I've sat beside it in hospitals, I've dated it. When I needed someone, I found emojis. I'm beginning to resent everyone, including people I really love. I resent their spouses, their children, their exhaustion, their boundaries, their therapy vocabulary, and the ease with which they all assume I'll always understand. I do understand. That's the problem. I understand everyone so completely that there's almost nothing left of me. Do I tell my friends that I'm not safe inside my own loneliness, or is that too much to put on them? Do I ask someone to come sit with me, even if I have to admit I'm afraid to be alone? Do I go to an emergency room when I'm not sure if this is really an emergency? How bad does it have to become before I'm allowed to say that I can't carry it by myself anymore? And what do I do tonight, Dr. Rey, when this house is quiet and, again, I'm tired of being the only person who knows I'm still here? Sincerely, Jana B. Jana, your letter contains a long-term loneliness problem and a tonight problem. Tonight comes first. Tell someone plainly, I'm not planning to hurt myself, but my thoughts are frightening me, and I don't feel safe being alone tonight. Can you come sit with me, stay on the phone with me, or help me get somewhere safe? Don't hint, don't post something ambiguous and wait to see who understands. Don't conduct any more tests. Call one person. If they can't come, call another. If nobody answers, call or text 988 and read them the letter you wrote to me. You've already found the language, and yes, you may go to an emergency room before you're certain that you're an emergency. You don't have to arrive carrying your own diagnosis. If you believe you may act on these thoughts or can't keep yourself safe, call 911 or go now. There's a scholarly framework that may help you to understand why this feels so much larger than being alone in a quiet, albeit beautiful house. Psychologists James Cone and David Spara developed social baseline theory, which proposes that the human brain doesn't treat reliable relationships as pleasant additions to an otherwise independent life. It expects access to other people as part of its ordinary way of regulating risk, effort, and distress. When that expected support disappears, the world can begin to feel harder, more expensive, and more dangerous, because one nervous system is being asked to carry what human beings ordinarily distribute across several. So no, Jana, this isn't evidence that you've failed at independence. Your body is registering prolonged relational deprivation. That's also very close to what I teach in my relational topology of consciousness. The self isn't a sealed object that remains unchanged, whether anyone witnesses it or not. We're organized and sustained through relationships, memory, recognition, language, and meaning. You haven't merely gone too long without company, you've gone too long without being adequately held inside another person's attention. That can alter the state from which you think, and different states make sometimes dramatically different decisions. So tonight, don't ask the loneliest and most frightened state of your nervous system to decide what your life means or whether it should continue. Change the state before you trust the conclusion. Bring another human voice into the room. Bring another living human body into the house. Let another reliable, relatable nervous system share your night. You've been reaching out, but much of your reaching has taken the form of generosity. You cook, you remember, you forgive, you listen, you lend, you make yourself useful to others. Maybe people know that you're lonely. They may not know that you're frightened. Your next move can't be another beautifully arranged table. It has to be language. I need you. Please come. I'm afraid to be alone. That's not humiliation. It's how another person receives a genuine chance to find you. Jana, your hidden tests are understandable. You stop initiating because you need proof that someone will move forward without being prompted. But a test nobody knows they're taking can only measure what people do without information, so stop testing for now. Start telling. Some people may still fail you. That will hurt, but it will also give you clearer information than silently disappearing and hoping someone notices the absence. You wrote that everyone calls you strong. Sometimes strong is admiration. Sometimes it's the word people use when your endurance has made your needs easy to overlook. You're allowed to understand another person's exhaustion and still say, I'm hurt. You're allowed to respect someone's limits without erasing your own. You're allowed to stop understanding everyone so completely that nobody has to understand you. Later, don't merely try to build community, try to build recurrence. Find one place where your presence is expected at the same time every week and where your absence would be noticed. A support group, a class, a choir, a volunteer shift, a standing meal, or a tea date with one dependable person. Not another social occasion you have to finance, prepare, host, and emotionally carry. One reliable Tuesday may matter more than 6 affectionate promises to get together soon. But tonight isn't about reconstructing your whole life. Tonight, stay connected to another person or a crisis counselor. Put distance between yourself and anything you might use to harm yourself. Tomorrow, arrange prompt professional support and take this letter with you. You don't have to explain it more beautifully than you already have. Jana, you haven't disappeared. You've become visible without being held. People know the woman who attends meetings, buys groceries, makes jokes, and understands why everyone else is tired. Tonight, let someone meet the woman behind her. You asked how bad it has to become before you're allowed to say you can't carry it alone. It's already bad enough. You don't have to become more endangered to earn accompaniment. Don't make a French exit from your own life. Make the opposite move. Flip your script and become unmistakably findable. If this mailbag helped you recognize the difference between being contacted and being held, make that known. Leave a rating or a review, not for recognition, but for signal, so someone who's spent years making room for everyone else may finally say without any apology, I need someone in the room with me right now. Until next time, remember, you don't become what you feel, you become what you return to, and what you return to returns as you.